Hello, Atlanta Falcons fans. We have some exciting news that you won't want to miss, so get ready for some important updates. But before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell to stay updated on everything related to our beloved Falcons. And don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Your support helps strengthen our community and brings this content to fellow fans who share your passion for the team. Now, let's jump right into today's news. Kirk Cousins, linked to AFC team. It looks like Kirk Cousins and the Atlanta Falcons are set to part ways next month, and there's buzz about an AFC team that might be interested in him. On Sunday, during an appearance on ESPN's SportsCenter, Jeremy Fowler mentioned that the New York Jets could be looking to sign Cousins when he becomes available. He pointed out that the Jets have shown interest in him before, and that could spark up again. With the NFL scouting combine just a week and a half away, Fowler expects Atlanta and Cousins' agent to discuss what the future holds. He noted, "The New York Jets once wanted to sign Cousins, and he's going to be one of the top options out there." Here's an important detail. Cousins is set to receive a $10 million roster bonus on March 17th, so the Falcons will want to sort out his future before that date. Back in 2018, the Jets were all in on Cousins, but he ended up using their interest to leverage a deal with the Minnesota Vikings. Now, with a new front office in place, it's possible the Jets could take another look at Cousins. They've decided to move on from Aaron Rodgers and currently don't have a clear plan for their quarterback situation, both for the short and long term. If the Jets do pursue Cousins, it could lead to some interesting developments. The Falcons will definitely face some competition. Coming off a tough 5-12 season, the team has talent on both offense and defense, and they have a starting job available. With players like Breece Hall and Garrett Wilson, they could quickly turn things around if they decide to trade for Cousins. Last season, Cousins lost his starting position in Atlanta to rookie Michael Penix Jr. A big reason for this was Cousins' struggles with turnovers, throwing 16 interceptions in just 14 games. Despite that, he still managed to rack up 358 passing yards. There were also worries about whether Cousins had fully recovered from the Achilles injury he suffered in 2023, but the Falcons have dismissed those concerns. At 36 years old, Cousins signed a 4-year, $180 million contract with Atlanta last offseason. While he won't see a deal like that again, he seems to be back to full health and still believes he can succeed as an NFL starter. Now, let's talk about the Falcons' future. Ideally, they would draft a superstar edge rusher like Myles Garrett, Micah Parsons, or T.J. Watt with the 15th overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. A top-notch edge rusher has been a pressing need for the team for years, and bringing one in on a rookie contract could really change the game for the Falcons' defense and the organization as a whole. But of course, we don't live in a perfect world. The Falcons might choose to address the edge rusher position at number 15 with prospects like James Pierce, Mike Green, or another top talent. Alternatively, they could wait and pick up a promising player in the second or third round. One thing is clear. The Falcons should have learned by 2024 that their rookies might not be ready to shine right away. Even stars like Garrett and Watt weren't superstars in their rookie seasons. Regardless of what the Falcons decide to do in the first round this spring, they have some important choices ahead. The Falcons should definitely consider pursuing some veteran edge rushing options. One intriguing target just became available on February 14th. Preston Smith. According to ESPN's Adam Schefter and several other NFL insiders, the Pittsburgh Steelers released Smith to save $13.4 million in salary cap space. This move made sense, as Smith was set to be a backup for the Steelers in 2025. However, on the Falcons roster, Smith could step in as a starter. He held that role with the Green Bay Packers before being traded to the Steelers at the 2025 NFL trade deadline. There was some talk about Smith, who hails from Stone Mountain, Georgia, potentially returning home in a trade with the Falcons. But that didn't happen. The Falcons might actually benefit in the long run by not signing Smith in 2024 and instead looking to bring him on board this offseason at a more affordable rate. Smith will turn 32 in November, and while he's not the same edge rusher who recorded 12 sacks in 2019 with the Packers, That could mean he's available for a lower price. If he gets the chance to play 50 to 65% of the snaps in 2025, he could still be a solid contributor, potentially racking up 6 to 8 sacks. In fact, Smith has had at least 8 sacks in 6 of his 10 NFL seasons, which would be a significant boost for the Falcons. Last season, their leading sack artist was Arnold Ebiketie, who managed just 6 sacks. The Falcons made a couple of mistakes at the edge rusher position in 2024. They overlooked it again until the second day of the draft, which led to them signing quarterback Michael Penix Jr. I can understand that decision, as Penix could be the long-term solution at the most crucial position in football. However, the second mistake was allowing veteran Calais Campbell to slip away last offseason. The Falcons also let veterans Calais Campbell and Bud Dupree walk as free agents. They attempted to fill the gap by bringing in Matthew Judon, but that move didn't pan out as hoped. Without those experienced edge rushers or a solid prospect on the other side of the defense, Arnold Ebiketie hasn't developed as expected in 2024. While Smith isn't a long-term fix, he could serve as a bridge to a more permanent solution for the Falcons' defense, which desperately needs answers at the edge rusher position, both now and in the future. In 17 games last season, Smith recorded 4.5 sacks, along with 5 tackles for loss and 6 quarterback hits. He started 9 games for the Packers earlier in the season, and during his time in Pittsburgh, he played about 30% of the team's defensive snaps. Over his 10 NFL seasons, Smith has tallied an impressive 70.5 sacks, 74 tackles for loss, and 157 quarterback hits in 163 regular season games. The Falcons need to make smart moves to strengthen their defense, and bringing in a player like Smith could be a step in the right direction.